Hi guys, and how are we doing? So one of the biggest news in the forex market monthly is what we call the NFP, or the non-farm payroll report, that's always released on the first Friday of every month. So the first Friday of a new month, you would see the NFP, and the NFP just measures the release of job data, because job is proportionally affects an economy. Yes, job rates, unemployment really affects an economy, especially of the United States. So the NFP is already released every Friday, and we would always see big movements, huge movements, a lot of volatility coming in the market. So in this video, I'm going to be teaching you on the best tips for trading during the NFP, or during the non-farm payroll report. So first, let us check our risk warning. So our risk warning says that trading forex and derivatives will not be so suitable for everyone, but ensure that you fully understand the risk involved. You may want to screenshot this and check it as usual. So my name is Trader Bonjour from Tradable Online Services, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you on best tips for trading the NFP, or the non-farm payroll report. So I'm not going to spend time breaking down how the NFP works and what it really entails, but I'm just going to tell you on best tips for trading as a forex trader doing this NFP. So jumping in right away, not to waste your time. First thing, or the first point, or the first tip is, don't trade the NFP if you don't understand how to read news, or if you are not sure at all of what's happening in the forex market. So you're a newbie that just started trading yesterday, trading last week, and you want to try to attempt to trade the NFP. So you just want to jump in a trade, and you don't want to be doing that. You should not attempt to do that, okay? Because you're not sure, you just started trading, you most likely may not have understood fundamentals. So don't attempt to trade the NFP if you don't understand how to read the news, or you're not sure at all. Okay, so our next tip for trading the NFP is check out fundamental data. So how do I check out my fundamental data? I go to forexfactory.com. There are a lot of sites. There's investing.com, there's myfxbook, a lot of news sites that you can check out, but I use Forex Factory. So going to forexfactory.com, I check out the previous data and what I'm expecting for today. Okay, so NFP is always released on by 1:30 p.m. GMT +1. Okay, so I'm going to just set my time to 1:30 p.m. my setting to 1:30 GMT +1, and you would see that it's going to resynchronize yes. So NFP is released 1:30 p.m. GMT +1, depending on your location. So yes, this is it, 1:30 p.m. And for NFP forecast. Okay, so let me just quickly filter all the major news and leave this out so we can see what we have. So yes, NFP forecast is on the right, actual is on the left. So forecast previous, yes. So previous NFP data was 528k jobs were created, and it's forecasted that now it's 295k jobs that will be forecasted. Okay, so but the data of NFP that really moves the market is when the actual value comes out. Yes, if the actual value is greater than the forecasted value, yes, it's a bullish signal to the US dollar. So you would expect US dollar to be very strong against other pairs. But if it is lesser than what is forecasted, okay, if it's lesser than what is forecasted, then you would expect the USD to be a bit weak against other pairs. So, and why NFP moves the market is that it's an economic data, yes, that affects the US dollar, and also currencies or countries that have business or deals with the US. So US economy is large, and a lot of countries deal with the US. So most times you see NFP move cutting across a lot of currencies, from Canada to the GBP to the cutting across a whole lot of pairs. So we want to be checking out what the NFP releases, whether it's going to be greater or lesser than forecasted. Okay, So that's what we are looking for. Then a third tip is mark out areas before news release. Yes, mark out your areas before the news release. So quickly, I'm going back to my previous NFP, which was 5th of August. Yes, this huge spike here was what was the previous NFP for that week, for that month. So I would have marked out my supports here. Okay, I'd have marked out my resistance here for this period. I'm just using USD at this time, so I would have marked this out clearly. Okay, so this, before this came out, this was the NFP. I would have marked out my areas I'm looking for. So you should mark out your area of values before the news release. Then the fourth point is don't trade during the news release. Yes, so the news drops 1:30 p.m. Don't attempt to press the buy signal or press the sell signal by 1:30 p.m. No, because one thing is that spreads increase. Okay, brokers would increase the spread during the news. Immediately the news comes out, they would increase their spread, so you don't want to get caught up in that news spread, because you put sell limits or orders or stops. You don't want it to be affected because of the huge wide spread. Okay, so don't trade immediately news releases, just wait to trade after the news release. And what you want trading, because once the news release, there's always a rush of volatility, which we saw here. Okay, a whole rush of volatility, which was over 80 pips in 1 hour. So what you do is you wait, and you want price to move into your areas that you've marked out, and you want to be trading off those areas. So you're trading a pullback of the news. Do you understand? You're trading a pullback of the news. So that's really how it is. So don't trade during the news release. So the fifth and final point is, yes, wait for price to pull back to your areas that you've marked out, and then you want to be trading. So I've marked this out, and once price trade into here, okay, I saw a candle, and I would have just taken a nice position after this candle. My stops just below here. It's quite a wide stop, but okay, then I would have targeted here, which was at my other area I'd marked out, and I would have seen my TP being filled. Quite simple trade. Yeah, so it happens to other currencies. Let me check out USD CHF, that is also very, very much affected by the news. So 5th of August was yeah, we saw news. So prior to the news, I would have marked out my highs, I would have marked out my lows. Yes, I would have marked them out. Okay, so once news came, I saw a push, there was a whole pump, and price came to this region. And what I've done is simply just take a position after the news release. Okay, so I'm pretty much looking to trade a pullback of those, a pullback from those regions that I've marked out, and simple stop. Okay, after this candle, that's bullish candle that indicated. After this bearish candle, yes. Okay, that indicated yes, price rejection, and I'm looking to trade back into my zone, and I got my TP fields. Very simple trading tips during the NFP. But also remember to manage risk always. Don't go all in, don't go all in trying to risk 100% of your capital during the NFP or after the NFP, because most times NFP reports could also predict or determine how market moves for the next couple of weeks, couple of months, and all that. Okay, so once you see a first move in the market, okay, you want to calm down, let price trade to your zones, and once price trades to your zones, then you want to be taking a position. Okay, taking your position and risking a very, very little percentage of your account, not everything. But in case you are not sure, you don't have zones, potential zones to look up to, or you're not sure of what the market is saying, fundamental data is very quite confusing, yeah, you may just want to sit back. So what you are just doing is reacting to the news. Once this comes out, if it's going to be greater than my previous reading or lesser, then I will determine it to show whether US is going to be bullish or bearish, and from there I can, okay, I'm looking for a potential this position, so price should possibly retrace to this area. Very simple. So that's our best tips. Those are the best tips for trading NFP. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out amazing content coming your way. So I remain Trader Mejo, and bye for now.